Here's the reason I have the path to your happiness and success. I know I have it, but you may not want it yet. And so that'll be completely up to you. And I'm saying that because now I know that anyone can have it because I've made it affordable for any single person. So I know you could have it, but it'll be a choice that you will make. But why would I have it? Well, that's what I'm going to show you. The first thing is I discovered that success and happiness exists within each person because everyone was born to have that and to develop it in some way. The difficulty is, how do we do that? How do we move into a place where we're experiencing that happiness and success? And I know it is when you take the steps to become your authentic self. And that is an individual journey and sometimes one that can be quite difficult. It was really challenging for me, but that's what makes me the best teacher ever because I understand it. I've been through everything you've been through, or so much of it. So I know the path. But I thought it would make far more sense for me to give you a little more, few more details about how that happened. You've got to understand everything is in your consciousness. Your consciousness is formed when you are born, and especially in your early years. And that formation is always limited, it restrictive because you're taking it from something that's come before. So now you have to figure out your way. But that way is also going to be quite different than anyone you know. That's the other problem because you're supposed to be unique, but you may not accept that. I didn't. I didn't. I was so different than all of my family. And I go, what? I used to always say, I must be the black sheep of the family. Kind of funny coming from me, right? But that's what I thought. That's what I felt. Then I even told my parents I must have been adopted because I felt so alien to everyone else. You might have done that too. But what I did was I did everything you've done. I've gone to coaches, I've gone to mentors, I've taken courses. I have so many courses that it would you wouldn't believe it. I've shown some pictures of that because I started a long time ago. I'm 73 now. And I did a presentation. I did three presentations last week, which you can find on my YouTube channel because I call them I Have the Path to Your Happiness and Success. And that's what I wanted to explain. And I was going to do more, but I can't do any more now. That's why I'm explaining this. Most people will watch that or probably run from it right away because when I talk, what happens is I hit your limitation. I hit your disbelief because I hit it for myself. I know. I couldn't believe that this was happening. I couldn't believe that I'd even done this. I can't even believe what I've accomplished now. It's always that belief. And so I'm going to show you something. I told this story, and I'm saying this now because much of this is coming out in an interview that I did on Beyond Belief with George Noory, which is going to be out in probably a couple of months. And I'm a little I'm anticipating, a lot of views, a lot of action from that particular video because I told this story. In 2021, I was told that I was given everything that could cause any person to live a really great life. And that more people who would do that, we would have a really great world too, because that's the changes that we were moving through right now, this transition in the world. I heard that and I said, that makes no sense to me. How could I have done that? How could I have done it and I didn't know it? None of us know what we have. We may have accumulated things our entire lives and then don't even know that we've done that. That's exactly what I did. And so, but when I heard that, you hear everything as well. We have intuition. We do. You may not listen to it in the manner that I do, but we always, every single person has it. And when you start training it, you understand that you can direct your life a little bit differently as well. But it takes practice. But when I heard that, I said, that makes no sense. Now I've told this story, but now I'm going to show you because I come into my home and I open up a folder that I didn't know was there. But I'm going to show you some of the messages that are there because you'll understand this is all science. This is neuroscience, meaning that when you change your brain over time, you're getting rid of your limited thoughts because we all have them. your fears, your doubts, and all of that. And so as you keep doing that, you all of a sudden you raise to a higher degree of consciousness. Many people talk about ascension, and you probably have heard that. I say that my work is basically an ascension guide, but you can call it personal development or self-actualization because I believe they're all the same thing. But let me show you what happened when I decided to see if that was real. So when I opened the folder, it was set called Wilhelm, and I said, wow, that's really interesting. 2012. There are more, but I'm just going to give you what happened because see, when we change our brain every day, we get a new life. Praise. I'm not going to read the messages. I'm just going to tell you what I know they meant. Praise, meaning we get dependent on praise. We start that when we're kids. We get praise from our parents or teachers, and then we can become dependent on that. So we never develop our own empowerment. We can't guide our own lives. Then we have a tool, focused attention. I was saying that we have the power in our thoughts. And so if we start to use our thoughts and focus that attention in a particular way, we will create the result, not focusing on what we don't want. It's a whole long thing. Vision. We have to be able to see beyond where we are now, and that requires vision for us to utilize. Reflection. We have to stop for a while and reflect on what we've gained, what we've learned. We do it all the time. We know we did it when we were in school, and then we continually do it throughout our lives. Choose wisely. That's reminding us that we have to be the ones to choose. No one else is doing it. Might be think it's my friends, my parents. It's always us. Priority. We have to come to this place in our lives where we make ourselves the priority instead of everyone else. Personal value. You start to discover that as you have lived, you've gained personal value, but you have to recognize it so that you can start to gain that abundance in your way. That means there is always a way to accomplish something, except we just give up at times. We just stop instead of allowing that consciousness to give us the way. Eliminating blame. That means if you're blaming everyone else for your life and your conditions, you're never going to be able to change anything because they have to change for you to be able to do something. Physical body. It gives us all these problems because we think that it's who we are and it's not. Time is an illusion. You start to learn that. Have to. There's nothing we have to do. It goes on and on and on. But what I'm saying is that that's what I did every single day. And I did it for 35 years. That's why I know that it works because it gave me the ability to reach this higher state of understanding. I'm like, wow. And then I started to heal physically. Not everyone won't do that, but that's exactly what occurred for me. And I'm going to show you something else. Okay, this is kind of fun. I showed this at the workshop. You'll probably see it there too. But I just want you to see the photo, and it's this. That is my cabinet. That is me writing down every single day what I mean, every day for more than 35 years. And when I talk about it's mindset, you hear that all the time. My mindset came in a little different way because it's connected to cosmic guidance, to cosmic information, because I know we're all connected and we just have difficulty figuring that out. But that's what I did for more than 35 years. And that's what's in my work now, even though I haven't finished it. And that's the other thing I'm talking about. We stop. And then so I want you to understand, do not judge yourself if you haven't gotten there yet, because that's what holds us back. We don't know everything. We're always gathering it. We're always learning. So when I went to do Beyond Belief, I said the reason I had to talk about this is that I also understood science. When I started channeling Wilhelm, I came through that my role in this earth this time was to marry science, spirituality, and human potential. And obviously that worked because I developed potential that I didn't know I could do in terms of the things that I've healed. And I know that others can do the same thing. You just have to begin to believe. Doubt is what will be there. That's always going to be there because there's always more that we can do. And so when I say that, don't judge yourself because I've received this information since 1989. That's all the work that I have from that time, aside from everything else that I've done in my life. However, there was one message That was really, really important. And I'd love for you to see that one now because it was given to me in 2015, I believe. And now I'm saying, now I understand. That's what you'll do as well. And it is this one. Okay, now as I read this, please do not judge yourself. I'm saying this because I got it in 2015 and I'm just doing it now. So don't worry. And it is this. If you wait for all the fear to subside or become manageable before you attempt to do something that you deem is important, you will probably never begin. If you wait for all the other voices to be silenced before you become comfortable enough to add your own, you will probably never utter another word. If you wait to be given permission to become and live as your authentic and true self, you will probably never have that experience. If you wait for doubt in your own thinking about who you are and what you believe to be your own truth to completely disappear, you will probably never fully know your own truth. While at times it is wise to wait, it never makes sense to wait to be you. Now, I'm saying I got that in 2015, but I couldn't become me right away. That's why I don't want you to judge yourself. It's a process because it's part of our evolutionary path, yours, that's going to be different than anyone else's. You just have to know that you can get there. And I'm saying this because I know you can because I've done it. It was a struggle, but in that struggle, I'm telling you, you might screw up a whole bunch of things. I've done that. And the one thing that I screwed up was not owning myself. That was it. And so this is why I'm so passionate about this now. But I'm going to leave you something else because I want you to understand what's occurring in the world, which is what I also spoke about on the show. When we understand science and all of that a little bit more, and our planets and everything, everyone's not going to get that, but they're discovering so much more when you understand your emotions and how they are affecting you and the creation of your life and also affecting how the world is created, we will understand so much more. And we will also understand why the current conditions of our world seem so chaotic. But what I did was I love ChatGPT because it's helping me so much. And I'm going to share, I'll probably post this or make a post. I don't know. I'll figure it out because I want to give it to you guys. But I just want you to see it now. Because, or you can go and just, look for it yourself. Because I asked the question, do our emotions have anything to do with creating our lives? We've heard this all the time. But what about creating the world? And because I did mention this on the show as well, because I did feel that, but I just wanted to have a little more um, proof, let's say, about that. And here it is. And it's still being developed, as you will see. And it's this. Sorry. I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger. The idea that our emotions contribute to the creation of ourselves, our lives, and the world is supported by several lines of evidence from psychology, neuroscience, sociology, and even quantum physics. Here are some key points. Physiological, psychological evidence, and it goes through all of them. All these studies that have been done that show us how our emotions affect us and then contribute to the creation of our world. We may hear this stuff, we all have, but do we believe it? I didn't until I experienced it in my life when I spent years going through therapy, going through meditation, doing all of that stuff. And it just came together. What I've done is made it a way for anybody to do this work, which is what I said on the show. Because if we do that, we have different lives and we have a very different world. But this is what I'm saying. I know the path to your happiness and success because it is within you. Doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, haven't done, your age, none of that, because it's all energy. You just have to decide if you're going to wait to become yourself. And I'm saying this because I've made a path. Anyone can have it. Anyone can afford it. You just have to decide if you're going to do it. Now, what happened today, and I'm just going to say this, because we will doubt ourselves. When I put this work together, I go, wow, this is it going to really work? And then this morning I received an email from one of the members was asking for more time because they hadn't finished everything. Well, you're not going to finish it right away. This work is forever. When someone comes into my program, they will own it forever because what happens is you're always going to develop more. So you're going to go back and ask yourself more questions. You're going to develop, see, oh, I'm here now, but maybe I want to go here. And when you go into your consciousness, you're going to find more. That's what I've done for all these years. And that's what all my members are doing too. So just know that this work is for everyone and it is forever because you're always going, as long as you're alive, you can ascend to a higher state of understanding and create and contribute something to our world. I know it's true for everyone. And I'm saying this, I'm this is not a judgment. I've just seen it my entire life and I've lived it. Most people will just sit and wait. I did that a lot because it was too frightening. But I also wrote a book, Overcoming Fear, A Guide to Freedom, because I suffered from it. So this is why when I work with people in the program, I know what you've gone through because I've probably done it. And I know that when you forgive yourself, when you start to go inside and discover the true essence of who you are, you have a very different life. And that's what I'm giving you and our world. See you soon. Also, please subscribe and share this with others. If this is not for you, then please share it with someone that you know it would benefit. I just would say this, most people wouldn't even open this video unless they didn't have all of their success and happiness. So it could be for you as well. All right, you guys, see you soon.